Good day, everyone. Welcome. Today, we're going to discuss whether you should be investing all your money and your savings, including additional leverage, into Dogecoin. And we're going to discuss what's happening into the markets fundamentally, which means that Chainlink, for instance, is doing really well. Is that a start? Is it a new bull cycle? Previously, I've discussed what coins I'm heavily interested in, which is the top three groups. One of them is oracles, and they finally are starting up heavily. So that's what we're going to discuss as well. And of course, we have to do it. It's Dogecoin. It's going bananas, and it's going way heavier than we expected it to do. But I have to make a small bit of time on it. Before we're going to continue, do not forget to subscribe beneath. Also like the video and comment if you want to see some special content. And regarding the special content, today I'm going to post a new interview with a very cool project. Essentially in 2017 it was a pretty heavy project, and right now they are heating up again. So that's going to be posted later today. And also, if you want to see, I'm going to a very cool place today to give a presentation about Bitcoin and crypto in the Netherlands. And I'm going to do that with a partner of me. So I'm going to be posting that on Instagram. So don't forget to follow me there as well. So that's a nice introduction. Let's get to the charts, in which the best question of today is, should I buy Dogecoin? Yes, should you? Well, this chart is, let's say, crazy. I've got some expectations regarding the market that's like the markets are irrational more than you were expecting it to. And Dogecoin is literally the idea of what irrational means, as retail is currently jumping on Dogecoin. I know so many people who've bought Dogecoin yesterday, which is like May 4th. So should you be buying Dogecoin right now, or what is most likely going to happen? Well, if you want to buy Dogecoin at this stage, I guess it's a beautiful coin to just day or scalp trade. I mean, it's very clear with those levels. But given the people that are actually buying Dogecoin right now, they probably do not have any understanding of what day trading is. So, should you be buying Dogecoin right now? No. Should you be selling Dogecoin right now? I think you should. I'm not saying that everybody should market sell right now, but this is not going to end up going upwards all the time. Funny story though, Dogecoin is still better than the US dollar as a currency. But regardless, the fact is that this is currently being hyped by the impression that Elon Musk is going to speak about it on national TV somewhere in the States, or at least Elon Musk is going to be on TV regarding crypto. Great, fine, beautiful. That's why Dogecoin is pumping right now. Maybe even Wall Street Bets is jumping on it. But in the end, and you can see, that's why I've got this entire chart here. We have seen these moves in minimal in previous altcoin cycles. Next question that comes up: are we going to have more altcoin cycles after this? Yes, of course. I mean, the altcoin cycles will just continue moving. People are so fixed on the bear market that's going to start. I don't believe that we're going to have a bear market at the end of this year. Only if the entire economy falls, which I'm not expecting to do so. Especially given all the institutions jumping in, the entire network effect, which is increasing heavily with crypto. And the amount of people that hold crypto is increasing significantly, but the amount of people using crypto is still very low. Let's not even discuss DeFi in that perspective. So we're still at the beginning. However, how do these moves usually end up? Well, we can see how it ends up in previous cycles. They are minimal. They are not that heavy as the one that we see right now, but they still give an idea of how crazy those moves are. This is 2017, in which we saw those base formations on Dogecoin as well. Heavy spike up, which is almost, it's just too complicated to call the actual top of such a run. And then you can see it crashes down towards the previous block, makes another bounce, which is the dead cat bounce, which is always the end of such a run. That's also the dead cat bounce of Bitcoin from 11.6 to 17K in January 2018, where the next alt season happened. But with Doge, you can see that we crash all the way towards this level, bounce back up, and then it falls down. Here's another one. Run up, bounce back up, only a slight bounce, and we start to drop down. It happens every time with those coins and those cycles. That's why the Bitcoin pairs are very important, and I'm going to make an update on that on Saturday. So the question right now with Doge is, you can actually see it in this run as well. Vertical move comes all the way down. If you want to do anything with Dogecoin right now, if you're holding it, I guess you just want to take profit, or at least start taking profits, because it doesn't go up all the way. Most likely what we're going to see, and yes, it can still go, probably they'll start pushing it to $1, which is around here. So probably we'll just continue running, then crash heavily, make this, and then we start to bleed down, because the hype is just fading away after Elon Musk that came live on national TV. So at this stage, it's not an entry point. You should not be buying it. I think you should be focused on fundamentally strong stuff that you should be buying rather than Dogecoin. I do not like that it's happening. It's actually taking the spotlight away from what we actually are building with crypto in general, and that what makes me motivated in general. It's just creating hype once again. And then secondly, should you be buying it? I think you should be looking for any day trades, or like this genre, this trade you're looking at when we get to this range, and then you just want to leave it until it makes a new bottoming formation like we did in the past. However, Dogecoin is an obvious signal next to Ethereum moving heavily that altcoins are going to do really well. And just like we expected, Ethereum is moving, and then the large caps start to move as well. One of those large caps is Chainlink Reno. Chainlink is finally breaking the accumulation period. And we have been covering Chainlink in the entire period since it hit this level. Resistance found, retest of the support block over here. Since then, nice flip. Accumulation or sideways action. Now you also see why this quickly is just there for price movements and not really for the time preference. So what we can see here with Chainlink is that we finally broke this resistance zone, right? So what's next to happen? Most likely we get a retest, which would be preferred in a structure where we're getting some retest before we continue to move. If not, probably we just have a slight sideways period, and then we continue to move towards the next resistance zone, which is structured around this area. That's the next resistance zone, or the clear next resistance area that you should be looking at. So finally, the bear market for altcoins against Bitcoin pairs are done. That's why you see all those 100-day and 200-day MA crosses, and you see that altcoins are flipping those for support. So the Chainlink is currently moving heavily. I'm assuming we're getting into a new bull phase, and I'm assuming we're going to take out the all-time high, which frequently we are doing when a new cycle starts. And Chainlink is currently valued at 20 billion. So when we get towards the other oracles at this stage, we know that Dia, Bond, Telor are 800 billion altogether. 800 million altogether, while Chainlink is 20 billion on its own. So there's still lots to gain on coins like Dia. And Dia is currently also starting its new bull cycle. Why am I saying that? Or its first bull cycle. Why am I saying that? Higher highs, higher lows. And next to that, we also get this cross. So finally, we're getting into the stage where I'm getting very excited, as Dia is obviously one of my bags. Like, I'm very interested in oracles in general. I'm not going to be lying about that. But we're starting the new bull cycle, so we could be expecting any runs towards these levels, but probably something around here to see where we're ending in this first run. I don't know what to expect on Dia. I do know what Chainlink and Band have been doing in their first run, which was like a 20x. So that was in 2020, I guess, the last year run. That was heavy. So I'm going to sit it out on Dia at this stage, because I think that all those oracles have so much upwards potential, given that their market segment is very skewed towards Chainlink having like 95% of it. So if we also discuss altcoins in general, and we're saying Dogecoin is moving, we do know that there's the heavy correlation between XLM, XRP, and Doge. Usually when Dogecoin moves, XRP follows. So I'm not surprised if XRP is going to make a mover relatively soon. But I would also not be surprised if XLM starts to make a move. And given that we are making this huge accumulation period, given that we are flipping the 100 day and 200 day MA, given that we are going to test this resistance one more time, and that we have all those gaps here, I'm assuming that we're going to have a big breakout on XLM as well. So the time is right now is on altcoins. I hope you are positioned yourself well and enjoy the ride. I'll be back. I'll be back later today with the interview and also tomorrow with a fresh market update and live stream.